do it like. But they have a ton of stuff, and it's a good sized company, and they actually pull from a couple of different quarries as well, not just Berlin. So anytime we need any type of like material, and most likely we get a donor. Cool.
Super cool. I love it. Wait a minute. I feel like I'm muted. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh no, you can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys are all frozen.
Yeah, Mark kind of cut out on me for a minute, but I got the gist of it.
It's because he's in the Bahamas.
I know.
Old.
Long range Wi-Fi.
Just kidding. Okay, I don't know why I can't see you guys anymore, but it doesn't really matter. You can see, we can all hear, right?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear, and we can see you, or I can.
Right.
Yeah.
I know, I can't see you guys.
I can see you.
Weird. All right, it doesn't matter. All right, so now we're gonna move to the conversation of, oh yeah, and then the polls, Mark, also arranged from Prestige to come. So the polls were like this, and the net was also there. So Mark arranged for them to come, so they straightened them up, made them nice and solid, so then when the net goes back up, it's gonna be great. So the sand got delivered, super great.
Julie, what's the plan?
And now, go ahead, Mark.
I said, what's the plan to spread the sand? Like, what do we got to do for that?
So I reached out to Mr. Campbell because his son is one of the boys that's spearheading the project, and he said he was going to let them know about the sand delivery, and then he would let me know.
Okay.
So I'm hoping, you know what I mean? I mean, they're in high school. I hope they can just wrangle some kids together to get down there and do it. I mean, high school boys are pretty and girls are pretty, capable. So they'll let me know, and then if we need to sort of, help them out, I don't mind going down there and raking sand. It's good work.
Just let me know what the plan is, and I can help out from around.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's awesome. All right, so that's the volleyball. All right, so now we have to talk about
Julie.
Yep. I can't see anybody, you guys.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're perfect.
I just want to jump back for a second to the volleyball. Did they give a time frame when they want to have it done? Like
Completed time?
Yeah. Did they give a time frame when they want to have it completed?
Do you mean the court
spread so people can use it?
Oh, right. Well,
or is it just when it's done, it's done?
So like, how teenagers function, right?
Yes, very well.
Yeah, you do know well, right? You got a house full of them. So one of the boys is on vacation.
Okay.
Then he's gone for a couple weeks. So right now it's totally non-usable because there's just the 2 mounds of sand and there's no net up. Mrs. Draper actually a while ago gave a volleyball net, one that fits up there that I have. So it's not just like, one that you would have at your house, but that was just make do. So I think the answer to that, Beth, is whenever I hear back from the kids about when they can get down there to rake it out.
Okay.
And now that there's no sports too on the weekends, not like we want to be down there raking on a Saturday, right? But that'll free up some time. Maybe I'll run a boot camp. That's what we'll do. We'll rake sand.
Right? There's a good way to do it.
That's a good idea, right? Free boot camp. Let's just rake sand. So yeah, there's no time frame, but I think I will say I've never seen that court be used so much.
That's awesome. It's
amazing. Even during baseball, so they're holding baseball practices down there now for the All-Stars. There was a dad, the mom, the other 2 boys were out there playing volleyball while the other kid was practicing, right? Which was super
awesome.
So
awesome.
I think once it's built up, build it and they will come, kind of.
Exactly. I mean? That's great.
All right, which is awesome.
Great.
So I still can't see you guys. I don't quite know what I did. It's a little annoying because I feel like I'm just talking to myself. That's the only thing I can see. Only person I can see. I guess if you know how to do it. Here comes my husband. I'm gonna keep talking now. All right. So what we need to think about is, and I know Peg is on here listening. So if you want to jump on as a panelist, Peg, just let me know. So projects, right? We have to think about projects. I know we talked about this briefly, and we won't spend an eternity here if we can kind of just stay focused and have the conversation. We need to seriously consider a project that we really want to do, and get that ball rolling on that, because there's funding available if we if we can do this right. So what I mean by that is, so a long time ago, there was a fund set up, mitigation fund for Highland Commons. Well, when Highland Commons went in, okay? How it was explained to me, this was from the ex-chair that was here, a very knowledgeable man, was so money was going to be given to each group in town. And then the groups came together and said, let's not do that. Let's put all this money in one pool. And then if somebody knows if I'm speaking out of tune here, just correct me, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Let's just put all the money in a pool. And then when somebody wants to pull from that, some group in town, they will, fill out an application, go before the select board, get approval, then go to town floor and get approval, just like we did with the wellness trail. We pulled from that fund. There was a substantial amount of money in that fund that's been used over time, the elevator project, right? The Bullard House and other projects, library, Beth, you might know about that.
Mhm.
Right? It's weird, right?
I don't know.
I have no view. All right, whatever. I was gonna
Can I
talk to
still hear
myself.
you?
I can hear you guys, but yeah, I can't see
Are
anyone.
they still
You know
there?
what? I hope I didn't screw something up. I bumped something and I started recording and then I clicked it off. Did I screw something up?
No, I don't think so, because I can't see anybody. You guys can all see everybody, right? Oh, there's Mark.
Mark's gone.
Oh, you
Now
can
he's
see
back.
Mark?
I don't know.
Watch when we do this.
Can you guys see Julie?
Can you see me now?
Yes.
Well, your name looks different. Nope, I still can't. Maybe my camera
No,
broke.
when
No,
they-
because they can see us.
I know, but when they speak, their name comes up. So that's why their names were popping up. But
No,
I
Carrie, say something?
Hi.
No, it doesn't.
No,
See?
I took
It's
my
just like,
camera
hmm,
off to see if it flips from webinar.
It's just weird.
That
Or
is
go to your
weird.
view, go up to the right-hand corner to view.
Yeah, no, I've been all over the place.
Oh, Richard.
It's fine.
Over it.
Even in your video settings.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. What about your settings?
So where the little camera is, you hit video settings and then go into
Careful, you have to have your
settings.
hand like off of that part. What? I don't think, I think it's weird, but whatever.
Hmm.
Is it fine?
It's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
You just can't see them.
I feel like it's fine. I just can't see you. So it's gonna be fine now. That might be better. I'm just gonna keep talking. So anyway, so what happened is the wellness trail got approved on town floor over budget. We had to return the money. Okay, so that was $30,000 that just went back to that fund, which is a substantial amount of money. So if we can apply for that, again, that 30, and then maybe some of the CPA money, and then we can get in touch with capital planning and see if we can get some money from the town. I don't know if capital planning will work this way, but all before this special town meeting.
Mhm.
I think, I love the wellness trail idea, obviously. I thought that was a baby of mine. I think it's a great idea. But I think what maybe needs to be done first down in the commons is the basketball and tennis courts. I'm not just saying that because I'm a basketball coach. I'm saying that because they are in, it's entirely, not entirely unsafe, but it's in rough order. Everyone's been on those courts. I mean, there's weeds and cracks. We tried to fill them in years ago, but it just needs to be totally 100% redone.
And I have to say, every time I drive past the fields in the school, there is always somebody at the courts. And the
Yep,
other day,
yep.
people were playing tennis. I don't know how they were because it's such a mess, but I feel like out of all of the spots on the field in the area, one, obviously the pond, because that's always full of kids, but
Yeah.
people are constantly using the courts. I think that is priority. I mean, that's where everybody goes, is to those courts.
Right.
It's true.
What do you guys think?
True.
Mark, what do you think?
Oh yeah, definitely 100%. They're definitely in disarray, and I feel like kind of to your point, like everyone's there using them anyway, like trying to use them, so we might as well like make them functional for like immediate use. And
Right.
things like the wellness trail are awesome, but that's an additional thing. I think maybe we should fix what's broken first before we like build something new.
Yep. Okay. I reached out to the Northborough Rec coordinator, who actually, her son plays lacrosse with my son. Not that I know her well because I don't, but Carrie actually knows her better than I do. Just to see sort of if she can guide us in a direction, because I have no idea. I wouldn't even know where to begin. Mark, you might know more about this. Certainly, I would say you probably do than I do, because I don't even know what that really entails, who to contact, costs, dimensions, materials.
I don't
You know
know
what I
either,
mean?
but I can definitely start trying to find out. I feel like there's got to be an avenue to do so,
So I do know that, so there's going to be a lot of moving parts here, right? CPA, cultural fund money, which is the Highland Commons Mitigation Fund. So maybe if we can kind of give pieces
Mhm.
to make this more achievable, we're going to definitely have, go ahead. Did someone say something? Because I can't see anything. Okay,
No.
no. So we're gonna have to, it's gonna have to go out to bid. We
Yeah.
can't just have, a friend of a friend do it,
Mhm.
because once it's over, I think it's $50,000. It has to go out to bid, so it's fair, right?
Mhm.
So there's that component. I mean, once I have some, maybe Mark, if you want to start just putting feelers out there for how you even,
Yeah.
take on a project like this, like maybe steps and who you contact, what you do.
I mean,
But
what's the end goal, Julia? Like, what do we want to do with it?
You know what I would suggest? This is my suggestion. Definitely, it doesn't have to be supported at all. I would do 1 tennis court, 2 basketball courts.
Two
And
basketball
on that,
courts?
yep. So basically,
Oh, wow.
you have 3 areas there. So there's
Mhm.
2 tennis courts and 1 basketball court. I'd get rid of one of those tennis courts. I'd put 2 basketball courts, and then 1 tennis court. And inside that tennis court, I would do pickleball. Also, because
What would
pickleball
you
is,
put in there?
what's that?
I'm sorry, what else would you put in the tennis court?
I would do the pickleball court.
Oh, okay.
So pickleball is a great little sport, and it's fun for older people. I mean,
Yeah, I
older
think it's
people
all the rage
are
right now.
playing this everywhere.
You drive by like the Hudson tennis
Yeah.
courts, and like it's all pickleball on like Saturday mornings.
Right, exactly.
And
I never even
Northborough
heard of
is
that.
putting in a huge pickleball courts in Northborough. That's their
Yep.
new project.
Pickleball.
Wow.
So Carrie, you're doing those separate?
We would need to pave, and we would
Yeah.
need, I think we need new fence.
Mhm.
I mean, really,
Yeah.
it needs a whole overhaul. It needs new pavement,
Right.
Right.
new nets, new
Yeah.
hoops, and that fencing around there is a
Right.
mess.
That's been there
Right.
for how long? I mean, we don't even know.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know how long it's been there. I mean, probably like forever. I mean, I just found out when you guys redid the playground that slide, that big, huge, tall metal slide they had, that was there when I was a kid.
Yeah, right?
I mean, it's like older than dirt.
And I think that's what happens, in small towns that,
Yeah.
but it doesn't have to stay that way. We can still, we don't let things just kind of fall apart, but it does, we do need funding, right?
Yeah.
You need funding for these big, massive projects. And I don't even know what we're looking at. Are we looking at $500,000? Is it 150? I have no idea. But we
I would
definitely,
guess around like 100,000.
you think that could be done for 100,000?
I would think so. I mean, like even if you had to like start from scratch, so it's like it's pavement, it's lines, it's basketball hoops, tennis courts,
Yeah.
fencing. I mean, it's not a ton,
I don't know. I would, Mark, I couldn't even guess.
I don't know either. I mean, would they have to like, I mean, I'm just grasping at straws, 'cause I have no idea, but like when they do a road, they have to sometimes strip it right down. Are they gonna have to do something like that with the tennis
They
court?
would, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So.
Oh, I'm
I
gonna
mean,
promote, she's got her hand up. I'm gonna promote Peg.
Okay.
Oh, here she comes. Peg, I can't see you because I can't see anybody, but you have to unmute yourself. If I could see you, I would introduce you, but I can't, so you have to introduce yourself.
Thanks, Julie. I'm Peg. I'm one of the select board, I guess that's who we are in town. And Julie knows that I am a huge advocate for rec. And just to let you know, Margaret Nardowitz, who's our town administrator, has already gone out on rec's behalf to talk to other towns for RFPs and RFQs and what they've done for their basketball courts. So hopefully we'll have a little bit more information. So Julie will know exactly what needs to be done and costs as well for that. And at our board meeting on Monday, we were talking about how feedback in town, you know, folks want a stronger rec committee. They want the courts fixed. They want a splash pad. They want a swimming pond. Good luck. Go in that pond, but behind the basketball court, there's not a chance in hell I'd be going in there. Yeah, no. I was in there years ago when they used to do jousting. I'm surprised that, you know, I don't have another head by now. But, you know, Scott Hawkins, who's another board member, and Chris Keefe and I all acknowledged that rec has pretty much gotten the shaft through the years. So what we would recommend when it's time for budget, you know, step up and, you know, come back and put all these things in there. Now that you have the support of the town, where the town folks are getting up and saying, we want, we need, you know, we'll look for the money. We'll see what we can do to increase your woefully low budget to try and help you guys and stuff.
Wow, that's super. Thanks so much. And I'm Carrie Brooks, by the way. I'm new on the committee, but I love what you just said. So thank you.
Oh, absolutely. You know, it was, you know, Julie and the parents who helped get me into this position, you know, 3 years ago, wrangled by Janet to get down and vote for me. So, you know, having grown up in Berlin and having done intramurals in town and learning to play tennis and learning to play basketball down at those godforsaken courts way too many years ago, they're probably the same ones that I had when I was, you know, 10 years old.
Mhm.
So.
Awesome. Thanks.
But yeah, no, and you know, and I work with Julie. We did the, you know, trunk or treat in town a couple years ago. You know,
Yeah.
COVID hosed us.
Mhm.
You know, so
Yeah.
whatever I can do, you know, let me know, because when the opportunity came up to be liaisons for certain committees, Margaret's like, I'm not even going to ask anybody if they want rec, because Peg will just take them out at the meetings.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Peg.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Peg.
Absolutely. So no, as soon as Margaret hears back, and yeah, Julie, you are right, there is 30,000 in mitigation. So
Okay.
I would definitely go after that. I would get an email out to Anna Crane. I had emailed you last night. She is the CPA head gal. Get on their agenda to talk about whatever types of money was returned back at town meeting to see what's available for you. And I know that you're on CPA, so gently nudge whoever's on that committee to get a meeting scheduled, because anything that you guys want to try and get out of that money needs to be voted on at a special town meeting, which we're aiming for October, but there's nothing set in stone for that. But I would act like it is set in stone and start to do that and get all your information together for CPA. I know that Tim Wheeler is looking for small projects, so maybe something like you know, paving the courts might be considered a small project. Because don't forget, there's certain groups that get what, 10% of the funds, and then the rest of the funds is kind of like up for grabs. So, you know, I say this with love to, you know, the conservation people, but if they can get out there and be like, hey, we need $80,000 to go buy a chunk of land, Julie, I would get up and advocate and and say, that's great, you know, space is nice. However, we've got a bunch of kids in town and we need to blah, 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 blah. So,
Love it.
yep,
Nice.
Thank you.
you
Thank you
betcha.
so much.
Anytime. And you can reach out to me. I'm around. Julie knows how to get in touch with me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Perfect. Thanks, Peg. We appreciate it.
You betcha,
Thanks,
kids.
Peg.
All right, take
Appreciate
care.
it.
All right,
Thank
take it
you.
easy. So see, that's great.
That's awesome.
That's huge, yeah.
So yep, we just have to make it happen. We just have to make it happen.
That's exciting.
We're like
Excited.
under the gun for time.
Okay.
So
I don't
Mark,
even
when
really
you
know.
start calling places, if you're like, I need 2 other people to call for this, this and that, like just email us because then, I wouldn't even know where to even begin. But if you already have a good idea of some folks to call, but if all of a sudden you're like, ooh, I need some people to make some phone calls to these places, or so-and-so's not calling me back and people call, just let us know so that we can get it moving.
Yeah, no, for sure I will. Honestly, I got to figure out kind of where to start. But once I have some direction, I'll, share with you guys and,
Okay.
keep you posted, and obviously, love any help you guys can provide. So, yeah,
Awesome.
we'll figure it out.
All right, sweet.
And I'll do the same. I'll still stay in touch with Recreation over in Northborough.
Perfect.
You should ask them who's.
Because they might have a bite over there too, right?
Julie, she mentioned,
Yeah.
I mentioned like a splash pad. Is that like anything we could do in that area? It's like, I've heard that a lot of times, like for
I mean,
younger.
right? That would be
I
awesome.
think where that would
I think-
go. Where could we put that?
Well, it could go anywhere. We could rip up any spot, right?
Tear it up. Just tear it on up.
You guys love it, yeah.
It's
We
a
have enough
baseball
green, we have
field.
enough acres, okay? We need some stuff to fill the greens.
I think the problem we have is, what's that?
Hey,
Go ahead, Mark.
I
No,
can't
it's just
see
that-
anybody, all the kids are coming in, go ahead.
I just feel like the problem we have with the splash pad potentially is that we're all on well water. So we'd have to basically build a well. Yeah, so that probably won't work. We probably can't have a splash pad for that reason.
Well, we could,
Northborough, their splash pad is so mini, but it's always packed with kids. I wonder.
Yeah.
So it is a well. I didn't know how that worked. And it's not recycled through. I don't even know. But
well, the
Yeah, I
school
don't
has a well. Right?
Was that Julie?
The school has a well.
They
Yeah,
do,
but
yeah.
be able to pull from that though for a splash pad. I mean, a splash pad, it's gonna have the constant running water pretty much. So that's kind of a lot.
well, the one in Northborough, the way it works,
Yeah.
it doesn't run unless kids go up and hit this little like
Oh, okay.
in the middle. So it doesn't
Yeah.
run all day. So if there's nobody there, it's static. And then when
Okay.
they get there and they start running around, it's hit by motion and
Mhm.
then it starts running again.
Nice. Okay.
So it's not
That's
wasting
helpful.
anything.
Yeah. I don't know if we could pull from that, but that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, we probably
Yeah.
can't, but I thought it would be cool if we could. But what we could think about, as a long-term project, is just irrigation down there, period.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then you
that'd
could
be
do splash pad. It definitely would cost, I don't know. I
awesome.
mean,
I mean, a well's
is it
only like
worth-
10 grand though, so
Yeah.
it's not like, a crazy amount of money.
Right.
So see, Mark, your wealth of information
Right.
in your Bahama home. So that's something to consider. We could do a well and a splash pad as a project, right? That would be
Yeah.
super fun.
That would be so awesome.
That would be
That was
cool,
a
yeah.
great idea.
I liked it.
So we
I
should
like
start with the courts. And maybe how about at our next meeting, we
Mhm.
can discuss, no, we probably June, July. No, we're still probably gonna be discussing the courts. But we
Mhm.
could start to brainstorm, kind of like what Tim was saying when he was talking about CPA. What are long-term projects that we want to see recreation achieve so that we are, providing these services?
Yep.
So we can do that with basketball and pickle court and tennis courts, and then kind of what other,
Yeah, because I feel like the pickleball is for like the older folks and we've
Mhm.
got a splash pad for the little. So we're really like enhancing
Mhm.
all ages
Yeah.
of the town. So we've got the littles, we've
Yep.
got the middle, and then we've got the higher end folks.
I like that. I like that. Fitting everybody in.
Yeah.
I like that.
all right, so here's what I'm gonna put on my to-do list. I love lists. I don't really like to-do lists, but whatever. So I'm gonna look into the mitigation application process. Because I don't even know if that's expired for the year. Like if we, there's 30 grand in there, but if we didn't meet the deadline to apply, and I don't know. So I'm gonna find out about that, mitigation money. I'm gonna also continue to be in touch with Ally over at Northborough Rec to find out that. And then I'm going to talk to capital planning to find out about any available funding there. All right. What else, people, on your to-do list? Mark?
I will figure out the course situation, kind of what needs to be done, get some rough idea of like pricing, like process, and just people that do that. Talk to a bunch of different people and kind of see, recommendations and kind of, at least start the process.
I love it.
And
Carrie, do you?
I'm gonna post these minutes once Beth's done.
Right?
What did you say?
I said, I know I can post the minutes. What else do you need me to do? Just give me a job.
No, you could do, Carrie.
Okay.
You could put something on our website, right? Kind of that says something like, we hear you, we feel you, whatever.
Okay.
We're interested in enhancing, what's down there. Our first project is going to be, tennis courts, pickleball, whatever, basketball,
Okay.
something like that.
And
Just trying to get the information out to people, right?
Mhm. So Carrie, you could say something like, we acknowledge your voice,
Yes, good,
something
Beth.
like that, right?
I gotta write this down.
We acknowledge your
Ooh.
voice. We're working on a project for, would you say pickleball, tennis court, basketball?
Yeah.
I
A
love it.
multi-purpose court system, no.
No, that's perfect.
Wait,
Carrie,
what
I'm
was
ready
that
to
again?
say.
Did you want to write it?
No,
I
I
know,
do,
right, Beth?
all
Maybe
day
you
long.
should write it.
That's what I do all day long. I have to pick the right words.
Oh, Beth, I think you should do it. Not that you can't, Carrie. You can too.
No.
But Beth, that just flowed right out of your mouth.
That was actually very poetic, and I couldn't even get it down in my phone here.
Beautiful.
But
Beth,
Beth,
what do you
I
think?
will put it on the website. If you give me the cute little words,
There we go.
Let me work on it. I'll send it over to you.
I mean, I can
Oh,
put a
there we go.
ring to it like kindergarten style, but like
Right?
yours was way better. Mine's like, we like to share, period. We are fun.
I gotta go a
Sharing
little
is
higher
caring.
because I have to talk to adults, but
And I'll put it on the
Right, right.
you gotta kind of still keep it on the level because
website.
Yeah, amen, amen. All right, I think that's great. I think that's great.
Julie,
I
I
think
have
if
to
you-
talk to you about how to check our email because I need to
Did it
do
not
that.
work? I've been checking it.
Oh, you have? Okay, good, because I don't know how to check it necessarily.
No,
So-
don't worry. Did I
Happily-
send it to you?
Well, you gave me the email, but that doesn't really help.
You have a password.
Maybe, but I don't know how to get in to check it. Does that make sense?
Oh, yes, I sure does. Yeah, totally, totally.
Okay. You know what
no
I mean?
problem.
Like, I could
Yeah.
email us, but that doesn't help.
Right, I get it. Yeah, totally. No, I'll send it through again.
Okay. And then I
How
can
to.
do that and take that off your plate.
Okay, that's perfect. I have it right on my thing, so I just go through like, I check my email, I check school committee, I check rec.
Okay.
And then
I
I
just-
go, why did I open those emails?
I know.
I
I
could have
know.
kept them closed.
Mine
All right,
all
guys.
get lost,
What
but
was the
yeah.
game plan? Did we get through everything?
I
Oh,
don't even-
I wanted to say this.
Yes.
Men's basketball, which has happened in town forever. They play on Monday nights. It's a men's league. I mean, I'm sure women could play, but they don't because we get killed because these guys are huge.
Right?
But anyways, it's open to Berlin residents. That's starting back up again. And Joe Muldoon basically runs it. And guys come, and I think it's at 7 to 9. They throw a couple bucks in the hat. And then at the end, every year, rec receives a portion of that money.
Nice.
And what we do with the money is every 3 years, the gym floor gets refurnished or resealed, whatever it's called, whatever.
That's so
Mark,
awesome.
what?
That's so awesome.
So
When they-
yeah, which is great because I think it's like 3,000 to redo it, 1,500 or something. So they essentially pay half of it, which is great. I did reach out to Mr. Campbell. I'm so glad I brought that up, but that's a recreational program because in order for them to use the facility, they fall under our insurance. So that's a program that rec runs. Okay.
Okay.
But and I had another point to this. Oh, the gym floor at BMS took a beating this year. So normally we do it every 3 years, so we wouldn't be up to redo it until next year. However, I think it would be wise of us to do that this year over next summer. I think it's next summer. Might even be in 2. I'll have to double check.
Wait,
I have it in
hold on
Excel
a second. Can I
spreadsheet.
interrupt? You're talking about the gym floor. That doesn't come out of the school budget? The school's not responsible for the gym floor out of their school budget?
No, isn't that interesting, Carrie?
Oh, wait, so you're telling me that the rec has to keep up the gymnasium floor that's used by the school-age children for the whole
But they
entire,
also use it for like rec basketball, and I think that's where they
so it doesn't come out
throw
of the,
the curveball, you know what I mean?
yeah. Oh. Or
Because
does
I
it-
remember
Because
for playing basketball, I remember hearing about that, how rec had to pay to redo the gym floor.
And they don't
Right,
start it every summer and then like for the school year?
no, it gets done every 3 years. Yep, and rec has, since I've been here, rec has assumed that cost. There, it's a tricky building, right? Because as Beth, you probably know this, but when it was built with the understanding that the gymnasium and the cafeteria, this is how it was pitched, right? The gymnasium and the cafeteria would be, citizens would be able to use those parts of the building.
Oh,
So if you wanted to have a spaghetti dinner, Boy Scouts wanted to do spaghetti dinner, you can do it there. Then
Mhm.
as time went on, or if somebody wanted to use the gym for something, sure. I mean, there was some stuff that had to be worked out. You need a CAF member and, certified cafeteria member in the CAF for those hours. You need a janitor, and so I think as a result of that, the maintenance for the gym floor fell under, again, the umbrella of rec. Again, is that really providing a recreational, is that meeting the charter? Arguably, no. Right?
Well, I feel like
all right, I'm new at this.
Right.
what we
Go
need
ahead.
to do as a rec community is like our rec communities let the community know that, hey, you guys can use the gym, you guys can use the volleyball court. Like nobody knows any of this stuff, and I feel like that's the problem.
You're right. You're right.
Okay.
But then,
The community
there's a gray area there though,
Mhm.
and I don't really understand it. I almost want to invite Mary Arata to explain this. I don't know, the school rents from the town, the school building, but they have domain over it. But I will say this, Mr. Campbell is outstanding with the use of the gym.
Yeah,
He is outstanding because of that. It's ultimately up to him,
Mhm.
even though it's town too, which is right. So it's tricky, it's weird. But yeah, Carrie, we end up paying for that. Now, if there's a little bit of pushback on that, rec says, you know what, I kind of feel like, this shouldn't be entirely ours. We're small town, we would work with the school committee, right? And Rob to kind of have that discussion and see what, came out of it. It maybe is a conversation worth having. I think like every 3 years, it's not too bad. My God, I wish I could. I'm gonna just check how much it is because I have it right
It,
here.
I don't think it gets too bad, over those 3 years on a normal basis. So I
Right.
don't, I don't think it gets worn down too much. So, I mean, I think this year, didn't they use didn't they use the gym as a cafeteria?
yeah.
Yes.
Which is probably why it got so much more traffic.
Correct.
Yeah.
You're 100% right.
Yeah.
Yep. But so that's why I was saying it. I think walking into basketball season with the condition of the floors the way they are is going to be
Yeah,
awful.
absolutely.
So it is, it's $1,300. So usually basketball pays like 500 of that. So we assume whatever that is, 8 something, which is
Mhm.
still a hit, you
Right.
don't have a
But
big
we're also
budget.
getting
anyway.
money. Yeah.
Go ahead.
was gonna say, if we're getting money from men's basketball, it just doesn't really matter, I guess, if we're, we're getting that money and then turning it over to them, so it doesn't really matter, like.
Right, right. Yeah, so
Who
yeah, so there's that.
does Mr. Campbell keep that schedule for the gym? Or is that Mrs.
Meaning
Rathbun?
meaning the field rental for the gym?
Yeah, like a schedule for it or something.
Yep, exactly. So if someone wanted to use the facilities, there's a form online that you would fill out, it's a building request form essentially. And you have to provide your insurance and, the days and all that. And then you submit that application to Mr. Campbell.
Okay.
Yep.
Where is that on the BMS site or where is that on? Do you know?
Where did I find that? I'm trying to think where I found that. God, I think it must have been on the BMS site. I just pulled it because the basketball asked me to do it, but I can't remember where I got it from.
I'm just curious, just because I think that's something else that people don't realize. They can
Right.
use the gym, they can use the cafeteria. I mean, I
Yeah.
was just thinking like one year, I remember some friends of one of my sons did like a little play and they
Yeah.
did it up at the church, I think, or maybe it was town hall, but whatever. I mean, it might be a great place to use the gym. They have
Right.
the stage there, so just
Yeah.
something to think that, it'd be good to have like another resource on our website to say like,
Right.
if you're interested in something, you can do it here,
Right.
here, A, B, or C.
Yeah.
When school starts, we could put together a little flyer for that Friday backpack and just inform
Yeah.
families that way too, that,
Yeah.
hey, just so you know, if you need, this is available, blah, 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 however we want to educate them.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I
that's
just
a good point.
there's not enough information out there. I mean, I've been in town forever, like practically since I was born, and I don't even know half this stuff.
Right. It's
So much
always
in a 1 hour meeting.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
Totally.
So
Right. Things fall through. Yeah, you're right. Things fall through because of the
Yeah.
poor communication. It's always.
and then with newer people, hopefully, bringing in more kids and more families, it might be good for them to know,
Yep. Yep.
So
And we should actually, we should clarify this with Mary because there's definitely some area there that I didn't explain well on
Okay.
usage of that I know Mary knows because
Right.
she explained it to me. And when she explained it to me, I got it, I understood it, and then off it went. Well, not
Right,
immediately, but
yeah,
that
that's
was
me.
years ago. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Sure.
But and I could even shoot her an email and say, hey, and we could all be on it. Can you quickly explain this? And then, and then you'll get it. But we
And
might
we could, like,
before-
make some notes and we can do it like once a year or something in the school, like in a flyer,
Right.
like, here's some notes from rec to everybody every year,
Right, that's a great idea. Yes.
you know what I mean? Just as a refresher.
Yep.
Yep. That's
And
a great idea.
plus when there's newer people,
Yep.
you don't have to like, oh, wait, who's new in town, and try to search them out.
Right.
Just.
Right. That's perfect.
Nope,
Yeah.
rec, yep.
Love that, Beth, because then we can send that to families.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Awesome.
absolutely.
Okay.
So we
All
could
right.
get something together about that. That's just something we can work on.
Yeah,
Julie,
that sounds great.
that out, I can work on, I mean, obviously we have a couple months, but I can work on throwing together like a flyer of some kind.
I
for
love it. Genius. All right, perfect. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna get rid of one of the portable toilets on the grounds. So the one that's way in the back. So we
Oh,
have
yeah.
4 out there right now. I think the one over near the pond and the basketball court should stay. Do you guys agree?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we have 3 others. One is way over near the salt shed, over near the baseball fields, right, Mark,
Mhm.
over that way, the soccer field. We don't need
Yep.
that there anymore, I don't think. Do you guys
No,
agree?
they're not playing soccer back there anymore, right?
Yeah,
And there's
I
no
agree.
baseballs.
Okay, perfect.
All right, so I'm gonna call to get that one removed. And do you think leaving the other 2 on the side closest to the common? So there's one where the playground is,
Mhm.
and then
Yep.
one when you first pull in.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so these 3. Okay. All right, perfect. All right. All right, guys, I feel like we're done. Do you feel like we're done?
I
I
feel
do.
good.
Feel
Mark,
so
don't
enlightened.
hesitate to reach out if you need us to make calls.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll definitely keep you posted once I get a
Alright.
handle on kind of what the process is. So give me like a couple days for that.
Oh, yeah. Take your time. Take your time. Not too much time, but take your time. All right, we're gonna adjourn. What time we got? Guys, we did pretty good, 8:30 with 2
Nice.
guests.
Right?
All right, so we are going to officially, if anyone else have, oh gosh. Does anyone else have anything?
No, but are you going to the town hall tonight?
No.
All right, because I was gonna zip over and sign that stuff before tomorrow.
Oh, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Look at you, you're so efficient, Carrie. You're making us look bad. I haven't even put the thing in the folders.
All right,
Jesus.
all right, people, I'm out.
All
All right,
right.
guys, thank you all, I appreciate it.
Thank
You guys
you.
have
Meeting adjourned, 8:28.
Meeting adjourned.